when Jesus came preaching the year of the Lord's favor, it had to get their attention. It had to give them the idea of renewal. And the idea goes back to the Old Testament teaching of the year of Jubilee. Are you familiar with the year of Jubilee? The original law said that every 50 years there was going to be a great reset in the nation of Israel. And all the people would be given back their inherited family land as they were assigned when the 12 tribes came in. And the point was that there would never be any chronically poor people. They would always have a chance to reset, get back on the land, and be able to produce food for themselves and to live with dignity and purpose. And those who had gotten in debt and been sold into slavery would be set free and put back on their own, so that once again that they could have a life. And God had intended for it to keep everybody on a level playing field. There is no record that the year of Jubilee was ever enforced or carried out. None. And so it became a nation of some who were have-nots and some who were haves. Some who were chronically poor and some who were chronically wealthy. But Jesus promised in this moment, the year of the Lord's favor, a spiritual reset. For those who are brokenhearted, who are far from God, who have left behind His blessing, and now found themselves in trouble and in difficulties, under the crushing weight of sin. That separates us all. The guilt that goes to those who perpetrate wrongs, the understanding of failure and separation from God, the hurt and the anger of those who've been done wrong to, and the frustration that comes from it. And frankly, we all have some of both. The weight of sin crushes and destroys and presses down. It spoils all of life. Because sin weighs on us. We fear discovery. We fear reprisal for what we have done. We want to guard against anybody who are around us because we can't let it go because we want it paid full, but we don't want to be paid back in full. Sin crushes us. It oppresses us. And it holds us in darkness. Darkness, just as Jesus said that He promised to release people from. He promises to give us back that life in the year of Jubilee. No longer oppressed. No longer the oppressor. But one living in peace with God's people and with Him. And so He promises a crown. A crown, and He says He can give us beauty for ashes. Ashes being the symbol of grief, of sorrow, of loss, of destitution, the mark of shame for the failures that they have done, just as we would be ashamed to go out with our face dirty in the public. We don't want to be seen as that. It's a symbol of failure instead of pride. But God's gift is this, that in place of the marks that are on us because of our sin or our failure, He gives us beauty again, peace, and strength. And moreover, He says He's going to give the oil of joy. Doesn't mean they're going to drill an oil well, although that might work for us. He's referring, of course, to olive oil, the medicine, one of the best medicines they had. If somebody is injured, that's what they apply to the wound, to keep it supple, to protect it from infection, to give it comfort once again. And so as it's healing, they apply that oil, and it helps the healing process, and it keeps it from becoming stiff and infected and hurt. But that's the blessing that God says. He's going to give us the oil so that those wounds we are given will be protected from the contaminants. They'll be able to remove the things that are causing you trouble and giving you strength. It's peace. It's healing in this life. Finally, He says He's going to give us a garment of praise. Not the right robes to sing in the choir or the right kind of suit. It's about dressing your heart. About dressing your heart instead of in despair that we have failed, we lack the strength even to save ourselves. We have the blessing of knowing that God is there to grant us peace and strength and courage and hope. That's our hope. A garment of praise. We live in a society that seems to be turning more and more inward. Different groups. One of the things that always oppresses my heart is when I see somebody on the street They've got this hoodie culture that they do. You know what I'm talking about? It's like they got the hood up on the jacket and it's down low so they can just peek out. They look like a Jawa in the first Star Wars movie. Don't see me. I don't want you to see me. I don't want you to see who I am, what I'm thinking, how I'm reacting to you. Just leave me alone. We have a society that's much like that. We don't want accountability to anybody. We want to do our own thing and just leave me out of this. Don't judge me. We don't know you're there. How can we judge you? That's the feeling. But instead of that, he wants to give us joy and connection and peace and hope and life with one another. That's what the body of Christ is about. We don't want to be angry and frustrated. Oh, we fall into many things. We have the goth culture that paints white and violent eyebrows and the dress that appears so terrifying to me from being able. But they're just people. We have people who put on the angry worker. You know, they're driving to work and just all the time is, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done. It's their persona, it's their protection, it's what they're doing. But there's no peace in it. How many other little roles are out there? You can probably name many more than I can. But each one isolates and pushes everybody else away. In place of struggling for ourselves, and making a place for ourselves, pushing people away, he calls us to be God's blessing. To have that peace, that connection, that love. We're to be oaks of righteousness. Who wants to be a tree? But we have to think about that image. The oak is a strong tree. It's tall, it's straight, it's beautiful. It's something that speaks of strength and endurance. It's so we're to be as his people, as he heals us through his gift, through his love. As he heals us, we're supposed to be strong in this world, straight and true to him. And it's God's purpose that you and I become an example of who he is to the world around us. The beauty of creativity, of the power of change, the source of healing and of blessing. We're to be the breath of his life that breaks into a broken and heartbroken world. Love those who need to be loved. That's our place and our purpose. We have to exchange the ashes of our life for the beauty of Christ. We have to give up our heart to those who are poor and lost because they miss out on those very things. And it's going to cost you. It's going to cost me. It's going to cost us our right to privacy. Sometimes it's going to cost us the right to do it our own way, to go our own way and do our own thing. Because when we mix with the world, it calls us to give some of that up. But God has made us to be that people, to show his glory, his grace, and his grace. It can cost us our pride, because we have to ask forgiveness to God and one another in our community. It's hard. What would you give for really true peace? What would you give to feel the presence of the Spirit in every relationship? What would you give to make a difference in the world around you? Because we see it suffering and hurting. We miss the power, we lack the power to change it. That's what he's talking about here. The change of our hearts and our lives to change the world. As always, we come to the time at the end of the service when we're going to sing a closing song. We have that. We have to make a decision of what we will do, where we will go, who will we be in this world. It's not easy. Because we give up our comfort, our place, and what we're used to, in hope of something great and something better. Let's turn our